Is Gen Z the worst generation of all time? Is a question you guys have probably seen all on social media, TikTok, Instagram. And I think it's a valid question because there's a lot of bad things about this generation, but also some things that we can't control, and there is actually some good things. So we're going to be delving into that topic today, discussing the positives and the negatives of the new generation. Just from the back though, I will say, I do not think we're the worst. The next Gen Alpha, oh my god, they're cooked. I don't know if you lot know that, how badly they're finished. They are cooked. I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen kids just so disconnected from the real world. But that's enough about that generation because I can't lie, you can't save them. No one can. But let's get on to Gen Z. Now, the first thing we got to talk about is the lack of good influences and role models, I guess you could say, because my god, there are a lot of bad ones. You've seen the thumbnail already. Let's start with the celebrities.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
You got Jaden Smith, which that's probably enough about him. Then you've got the OF girls, and they're not much better either. You got Sophie Rain, Papa Raquel. I don't even want to give these niggas their time, but it's for the videos, so Barnett. What an inspiration to young girls you are. Selling your body online for £5 and a pack of ready salted Walker's crisps. Like, you just need to be sacked off out this generation. Let's just bring back, I don't know, Kids Bop or whatever, because we're cooked now. I feel like a lot of people forget about digital footprint, which is why you see them same people crying on podcasts and interviews. Cough, cough, Lana Rhodes. And Mia Khalifa as well. And then you'll see them on interviews crying about how they got exploited. Nigga, you chose to be in that business. No one forced you to do that. So you can't be complaining, man. That's how it goes. Now, the second thing we got to talk about is social media as a whole. I'm talking about TikTok, Instagram, things that I use myself. Let's get familiar then with the terms doom scrolling and bed rotting. Bed rotting, you're just staying in bed doing nothing. So basically unemployed.
Okay, he's gone. See, it's...
Bro, he was dead, bro. If he wanted you out of there, he'll go do it himself on feet by himself.
And then doom scrolling, again, another form of unemployment. Just scrolling on TikTok or Reels the whole day, not completing any achievements or goals in your life. And the fact that people are just so addicted to social media these days. Like, you can't go outside. Go on the London Underground or the Overground. Everyone is on their phones and they're not doing shit all. They're just, they're just scrolling about. They're not even doing anything. You can't have normal conversations anymore just outside. If I went outside and I started speaking to people, not in a weird way or in a creepy way, if I just greeted people and said, how's your day? I hope you have a good morning or whatever, that'd be seen as awkward in this generation. So, that's another bad thing. Social media has killed social interactions, which ties in to the third and final point that I'm going to make. Dating, because wow, it's very bad. Now, I'm sure you guys have seen many forms of content about this particular subject, and it's things that relate to me because I watch things that include these topics, and I find them interesting. So let's get started on it, because dating in Gen Z is some of the most heinous, nefarious experiences that you will go through. And the first thing I want to talk about is just how high some people's expectations are. And I'm not just gonna go for the girls because I can do that very easily. Let's get started with the guys, because you'll see guys that think they're just flipping Marlon, and not to glaze these people, yeah. I'm not even talking about looks with him. I'm talking about money and status. Marlon and rich guys that are at the top of the game, and realistically, they're doing nothing in their lives, and they think they deserve everything handed straight to them. But you're a bomb, bro. Like, you don't do anything in your life. What's your goals? What's your achievements? You do nothing, so you can't talk. But we'll get onto the girls now, because I think it's actually even worse with them side of things. Like, if I'm on YouTube and I see a pop the balloon video, I already know it's about to be one of the most degenerate videos of all time. But then you watch the clips from it, and you'll see these girls talking about, if my man ain't making 100k a year, I'm moving on. I don't want to date a broke bitch. And it's like, nigga, you live with your parents and you're 27. Why are you talking? And that's why you hear the term male loneliness epidemic. It's not a male loneliness thing. It's on both sides of the coin. I don't want to hear it's just about the guys, because we can play the victim a lot. It's about the girls too. And yeah, I just think that's also, again, one of the worst things about this generation is the whole dating scene and just interacting with people of the opposite gender outside of, you know, on a phone using whatever. But you know what? I think that's enough hating on my generation, because as a valuable member, I think I have to back us up a little bit. One thing that we cannot control are job opportunities. Now, some people watching this video may not like the word jobs. I remember that trend last year where people were censoring the J on jobs. It was quite funny, to be fair. But the job opportunities for this generation, there is none. It's not even worth talking about. I can be sitting on Indeed, scrolling through all the jobs. I can be sitting there for an hour, 3 hours, 4 hours, a year, and I'll see the same jobs. I'll search no experience needed. Why am I getting you should be able to speak Cantonese, you should be able to drive to work in a McDonald's on a street corner? Makes no sense. And we can't control that as a generation. But then you'll get all the boomers and, you know, the millennials saying, oh, Gen Z is lazy, they don't want to work. If you search up just videos about our generation complaining that they've been looking for jobs and they can't get them, there's probably thousands of them, right? So clearly it's not our fault. This is down to the older gens not realizing that there are actually some smart people and people that can carry themselves in this generation. Not everyone's a GM, a YN, a Bop girl. Not everyone's like that. Most of us are just quiet, kept to ourselves and in our little groups. But we can actually, you know, express ourselves in society and work normal jobs. But they don't hand them to us because they think we're all retards. So I think when we get hate for not being employed, I just think, well, who's the employers? Isn't that kind of your job to employ us? Now, I know I said that social media was the biggest downfall, which I believe it is. But then, who the fuck invented that? The older gens. It's literally all them. Like, you can't convince me that these niggas were throwing around marbles on drains and having fun with that. You literally invented these games and these apps to keep us hooked, to keep us from not being bored and out on the streets. But then because some people don't control how their kids use it, that's when it starts to get bad. But we didn't bring that onto ourselves. We got given it because it's just the latest tech, which is normal. And the parents can control how their kids use it. So when they complain about us sitting in and being on technology too much, again, you know, who controls it? It's kind of on you guys again. It's like the job thing. Now, when we get to a certain age, like I'm turning 19 this year, I'm not always gonna be on, you know, my phone or whatever. I want to do stuff that is just normal, just, you know, just going out playing football. I go gym, you know, just going outside for walks, you know, listening to music or, I don't know, reading. Just normal everyday things. Not everyone just wants to be on their technology that we didn't ask for and it got given to us. So before I start yapping too much, because I've yapped a bit in this video, I just want to say the answer to the question that is Gen Z actually the worst generation of all time? I'm going to say second after Gen Alpha, because that generation is beyond finished and it will get a video, but I promise new videos will be out every week at least. I'll try to get 2 or 3 out a week on similar topics such as this. But yeah, just like and subscribe. It helps me out, helps the channel. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.